Right, Professor Gyampo, on this particular debate on the appointment of justice at the Supreme Court and the fact that GBA, their position says there are too many cases that are pending. We need a lot more to be able to execute it. Someone thinks differently. We have efficiency over numbers. It would be able to help.
So, good morning to my co-panelists. I've not made my preliminary comments, and I would make those comments before I tackle these issues that, in my view, do not put food on the table of Ghanaians. If we do not satisfy the hunger of Ghanaians, these institutions cannot even exist.
Indeed.
For an independent-minded person who suddenly is afraid of the persona of the president and so is behaving out of character to be talking about some of these things. See, in my house, I'm the one who goes to the market. I'm the one who goes to market in my house.
Good.
It is not because I don't want to give monies to... But the point is that every other Saturday that I'm not here, I go to play football, okay, at the La Nkwantanang Park in Medina, which is just behind the Medina market. So after playing football, I ride my bike through the market, okay, or I drive through the market and come home. So I don't see why I would drive through the markets and see tomatoes and knowing that we need tomatoes.
You will not buy.
I won't buy and go home and then send that to you. So I buy all the food stuff myself. And when people see you, they are, hey, are you? People will pass and then come and tap you. Are you Prof. Gyampo? I said yes. So I got a lot of fans at the market. So let me tell you, last week, my daughter said she had prepared some stew. I said, oh, you didn't give me some. She said, oh, it was not enough. And that I went to buy tomatoes, three pieces for 20 cedis. And I said, how? Said 20 cedis.
Fruits.
Well, okay. 20 cedis, 1, 2, 3, 20 cedis. I said, Abba, you are lying. He said, but I've been buying one paint bucket. I used to buy it, one paint bucket of tomato.
For that much?
At 35 cedis. And then it moved to 50, which was normal. And then it moved to 55, 60 cedis. Then my daughter is telling me that now 1, 2, 3, it's 20 cedis. So the next day, I decided to go there myself. The one paint bucket, which I used to buy for 50, which was 35, moved to 50, they went to 65. They sold it to me 220 cedis, one paint, and I had to buy 2. So 440 cedis. Tomatoes. You are here thinking about packing courts with judges. Tomatoes. 2 paint buckets. 440. I used to buy them. So 60 plus 60, 120 is now 440.
3 weeks ago, I bought some. We've been for the past 4 weeks.
Then I said I will buy plantain, the rotten one, the one that are getting rotten. They said it is gold. I said now plantain is gold. The rotten one. The fingers were like 4 or 6. Said if you can't pay 180 cedis, I will not give it to you. Then Olonka pepper, which used to be 20 cedis, moved to 30 cedis. Now they said 70 cedis. We are in Ghana. Things are so hard. Things are so difficult.
This is an agrarian economy.
We are suffering massive food inflation. Yesterday, I listened to your the TV3 News's consumer price index analysis, where they argued that 1,000 cedis in 2021, if you are paid 1,000 cedis in 2021, in 2024, it's 440 cedis.
Essentially, yes.
1,000 cedis is 440 cedis.
That's the impact of
And
the time.
you are sitting now, what are we talking about? You see, we are measuring on minor issues. Please, the argument to want to pack the courts is bogus. We are interested in what the people of Ghana are saying and not the whimsical and capricious desires of people who are suddenly behaving out of character because of the fear, the morbid fear of the persona of Ghana's political king Kong, Nana Akufo-Addo. What did Ghanaians say about the Supreme Court judges and the number of judges that they want to have? In the study that audited Ghana's gap, in the gaps in Ghana's democracy, called the Democracy Consolidation Strategy paper, one problem that was identified with the judges was that because the Supreme Court is not capped, judges in the Supreme Court is not capped, we can't have finality to a matter, and then you have a daring president who, when a matter goes against him and he doesn't like, and the judges are, you remember there was a case, was it involving Chachikata or something?
Chachikata,
where he was
fast track
the review process.
The review process, he was victorious, and then when he was victorious, it pained the president. So he quickly added more judges, and then they overturned. So if there is a case, and then the judges are sitting, and the judgment goes against the president, who is daring, who can appoint, he will just say, well, okay, it's gone, round one, it's gone against me. Then quickly he will appoint other judges to the Supreme Court, say, go and sit and review the same matter. How will you expect them to act and behave? That is one. And so the point is, Ghanaians, when they were consulted, when we decided that the Constitution of Ghana had served us well, nevertheless, it contains provisions that hinder our drive to democratic maturity, and so it should be reviewed. On the judiciary, when the Constitutional Review Commission undertook a nationwide public consultation, please listen to this. The Constitutional Review Commission, when they undertook a nationwide public consultation of Ghanaians, not a nationwide public consultation of some judges, not a nationwide public consultation of one CJ, not a nationwide public consultation of some silent and all of a sudden wanting to talk Ghana Bar Association, but they consulted all Ghanaians. Mind you, the Constitution of Ghana was drafted by Ghanaians. The Ghana Bar Association lawyers, they boycotted the process. It was the ordinary Ghanaians who drafted the 1992 Constitution without the GBA.
In contest.
I'm saying that the Ghana Bar Association, they were not part of drafting the Ghana. No, let me make my point. So the point I'm trying to say is that it is our Constitution. We, the ordinary people,
yes,
we drafted the Constitution.
That's right.
Ghana Bar Association, the judges, and the CJ and his people, they were not part.
But there are some judges
there. Let me finish. Well, Ghana Bar Association, they were not part. Now, we have drafted our Constitution, okay? And when we felt that there was a problem and when we were consulted, we said that no, you cannot continue to pack the courts. So let there be a cap, okay? When this matter came up, I remember in one public discourse and one judgment, the celebrated Justice William Atuguba said, look, we cannot go more than 14.
Okay.
And people there, the panels and everybody, they upheld that view. Now, the African Peer Review Mechanism and that the new Partnership for African Development, okay, they also expressed concern about the continuous packing or over appointment of judges to the Supreme Court. And they also said that we should have a cap. And it was around the same time that the idea of not going beyond 14 came. Okay. Oh, please. I've not started. Please.
No. Hold on. Yes.
So that was the idea around the time that the idea of not going beyond 14, came. So I do not understand why we want to. If you are talking about the U.S. case, then some people who are not so much inquiring in their mind, they are so dismissive that, look, you cannot compare the U.S. case to Ghana's case, and they are arguing that in the U.S. the states, the states can even have their Supreme Court. But let me tell them that you see, one state in U.S. can be bigger than the whole of Ghana. One state in U.S. can be bigger than the whole of Ghana, and even there, if let's agree that the states have their own Supreme Court, but they do not also pack their Supreme Courts like what we are seeking to do. Okay, so Madam Chief Justice, I think you may mean well, but let's listen to what the people of Ghana said in the Constitutional Review Commission's report. There is much wisdom when you put all the views of the people together than your own view. You are seeking to please the president who has been accused over the years for packing the courts with his own people. And so don't play into his hands, because as for this president, if you give it to him, he will not say no. He will take it. And you see, the timing, I heard Afenyo Makin saying people are talking about time. That young man, I don't know. Sometimes
you have a contrary view.
We should be reasonable.
It's not so much about him.
Well, okay, not so much about him. But you see, sometimes he sounds very reasonable, but sometimes he is also too overly partisan. Don't put hurdles in my way. Let me finish. Sometimes he's overly.
You have a contrary view. That's what I'm saying. It's not about him as a person. So I want you to say your contrary view.
Well, no problem. So he's saying that we shouldn't talk about the timing. Okay? When I say what my father tells me, you say I've been talking about my father too much. But my father says a bad thing is a good thing done at the wrong time. Okay, we are going just how many months to elections? You have a president who 4 months, 5 months to election is appointing an ambassador at large. So what is wrong with us? What is the diplomatic issue that is challenges that we are suffering from that our ambassadors have not been able to address? And that 4-5 months to election, there's an ambassador at large.
Okay.
And you want to now increase the number of judges from 15 to 20? I think it doesn't make sense to me. I disagree, and I am more interested in doing things that address the challenges, fundamental challenges confronting the good people of Ghana. I would have applauded the Chief Justice if she had said that the cost of tomatoes, basic commodities, are so high, and putting pressure, making recommendations, sending memos to the president that let us do something about some of these things. Unfortunately, this is who we are as a people. See, we have selected a people to govern us, to tackle our fundamental challenges, and we have insulated them from experiencing these challenges. So when I'm talking about 3 tomatoes costing 20 cedis, the president and his appointees, the Chief Justice, they don't feel these things because they've been insulated. We appointed them, and then we are paying them good. We are giving them cooks, we are giving them chefs, we are giving them drivers, we are giving them money, even when they want to go and have fun and entertain themselves. We pay for it. So we have insulated them. So when you talk about things being difficult, they can't feel it. And so it becomes difficult when they said you are doing something too much. But the point is that, look, if they would go down to listen to the views of the ordinary Ghanaians about the hardships, I think they will tamper some of their bold claims. Sometimes you hear politicians on platform touting bold claims, and I said the only reason why you continue to do this is that the people are either overly partisan or they are ignorant. But gradually we are getting there. For once, we've been able to bring everybody together. There's been mounting pressure on this snitch sale thing, and now we are seeing what is happening. At one point in time, when Parliament said they wanted to build a chamber, we saw how people came together. Yes. So gradually we are getting there. Mr. Politician, you cannot continue to be fooling Ghanaians by telling them that they are satisfied when they are hungry. Okay. You cannot use your own belly full to determine the content of the belly of poor Ghanaians.